Yesterday I did something that I think most of us are probably guilty of at some point this year, and that is to get way too sucked into the news. Oh my goodness, it was a roller coaster. It was just one thing after another, and it was not nearly as fun as a roller coaster. Now, as per usual, whenever I have something that's really bothering me and I kind of want to come up with a solution for it, I tend to take a shower. So I started my day the same way I start pretty much all of my days. Had my shower, I got to cleaning my teeth, you know, like getting ready like every normal human being does. I mean, yeah, most normal human beings. And all the while I was, you know, carefully thinking about the situations of the world. I mean, I know it doesn't look like it, but I was. I pretty much was all the whole time. And just as I was getting finished, a thought hit me. You know the phrase, fight fire with fire? What does that actually do? It lets the whole world burn. And that's when I realized all we actually have to do is just be nice to one another and just smile. And I might not be great at a lot of things. I'm not even going to start listing them. I wouldn't even be able to upload this video if I listed all the things I'm not good at. But the one thing that I am really good at is just being positive and happy. And you know what? I love doing that. I love people smiling. I love to make people smile. So this is my challenge to you. Make someone smile. Make two people smile if you can. Just do something nice for someone you love. Now, I'm no Mr. Beast. I ain't got the cash to flash. But that doesn't mean I can't do something nice. And I'm gonna start with doing something for the person in my life right now who has done so much for me. You have no idea. He is the reason that I started with YouTube, which is my dream and my love and my passion and everything. He is the reason that I'm in Sweden. He is the reason that everything that is good ends up happening, pretty much. He is great. And not only is he supporting me with all the things I love and care about, so are you guys that are watching my videos. So although I can't make you pizza, I am sure as hell gonna give you my own pizza recipe, which is amazing. And you're very blessed. So, we start with the homemade dough. Now, here's the thing. I have a bread maker, so I'm going to be doing my dough in a bread maker. You don't have to make it in a bread maker. It's just a lot easier. Now, is that not cheating, you ask me? Well, here's the thing. Hear me out. I feel like it is. You know, I don't get this. Please tell me, genuinely. You, on the other side of the screen, please genuinely tell me. When you make a cake, right, you take all the ingredients, you can put it in a mixer, you can get the mixer to mix it for you, take it, put it in a tray, and then you put it in the oven and the oven bakes it for you. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm not that hot. Like, I'm not getting to 200 or 180 degrees. No, that's totally fine, right? You take it out, you made that cake, even though a mixer mixed it for you and an oven baked it for you. You still made that cake. Now, why is it when I put all the ingredients into my bread bin and I put this in the bread machine and it bakes it, somehow I didn't make it anymore? Honestly, I don't get it. Is it like the process of kneading bread is what qualifies you as making the bread, whereas making a cake doesn't matter if you mix it or not? It's weird. I don't know if this is just me. Maybe it's just me. Please tell me in the comments what you actually think of this, because it bothers me more than I care to admit, to be honest. So, with that said, I'm gonna get on and do the dough. As I said, you don't have to do it in a bread machine. It's totally fine. The only thing is you have to knead it yourself, and you have to also leave it for about an hour to an hour and a half to rise. So you need a bit of time, but it's really easy to make. I recommend having one of these when you make bread. I actually had, no, what, can I focus? There, oh, no, nearly. You can do it, camera, yay! Yeah, so I recommend having one of these. It's actually a temperature You can use this one for meat and for, well, anything. I'll be honest with you, I don't really know why there's specialist ones, because temperature's temperature, right? But I don't see how the temperature differs. Like, water that's 30 degrees and meat that's 30 degrees is still 30 degrees. But anyway, I'm not gonna, you know, I'm sure these sales people have their expert opinions and reasons. Anyway, I recommend this because although I didn't realize when I first started making bread and dough, it's actually, this is like the trick. This is literally it. Just making sure you get the right temperature with your yeast. So, with that in mind, I am gonna get some water. So 360 milliliters of water. I usually do around 200 milliliters of lukewarm to warm water from my kettle. And then I usually go and get some cold water from the tap. And there's 360, so now I just need to check the temperature. Wow, look at this. This is some Blue Peter stuff right here. Perfect. So now it's time for the yeast. I keep my yeast in a little jam jar because I do. So that's one and another one. And there is my second one. And then I also just give it a little stir. The trick with yeast is usually that you can see that I'm stirring really quite gently. Or maybe you can, maybe you can't. But when yeast starts to activate, it will give you lots of little bubbles. So that's a good indication that your yeast is still good. Be careful buying fresh yeast because it's really difficult to bake with. Okay, so then you just throw in your flour. It's 4 cups. And if you're wondering, yes, I did just get that everywhere. Now it's time for the sugar. You just want 2 tablespoons of sugar. If you have one of these, they're amazing. It's the big side, obviously. Tablespoons, 1 and 2. Sugar is what helps the yeast rise, or so I am told. So I tend to be more on the generous side. And salt as well, 1.5 teaspoons, which is the small side of this. 1 and a rough half. My salt is actually pink because I use Himalayan salt. I don't know that it really tastes better. I mean, I think it actually does taste better, but it's meant to be healthier for you because it has all these minerals in, so that's what I use. And then you just need some olive oil. You can also use butter if you don't have any oil. And alternatively, you can actually just use any oil if you don't have olive oil. 1, 2. Okay, so that just goes in the bread maker. Unless, of course, you don't have one, in which case you're gonna start kneading. Have fun. Okay, now for sauce. We're gonna start with 3 generous size cloves of garlic. Not too big, not too small. All you want to do with them is push down on a flat surface with the flat edge of a blade, like this, to just crush the piece of garlic. Then you can just really easily peel off all of the edge. And we're gonna cut the end off and then throw it into a blender. So now I actually have a smoothie maker. I don't actually own a food processor since I came to Sweden. I sold all of my stuff in England. So I actually have it in a smoothie maker. It's not great, I'll be honest, but you know, you gotta make do with what you have. So that's what I do. I put it in a smoothie maker. My garlic is now in there. And the other thing we're gonna add is half an onion. I actually used this the other night. I love these containers. They're the best because I never use cling film. It's great. So just take half of a relatively small white onion, and again, you don't really need to worry about how you chop this. Just peel it and roughly chop it and throw that in the processor. The only other thing you want to add to this is a little touch of water and olive oil. The next thing you want to do is take some tin tomatoes. These are actually really finely chopped, but still you want to just put it through your food processor so that it's ultra mega blitzed and really smooth. Now, listen to me, YouTube. I know you're impressed. I know you're almost convinced I'm now a genuine cooking channel. But this is where we break the norm. I mean, provided you don't find, you know, onions and garlic in a smoothie maker, in a pizza sauce, breaking the norm. I mean, you know, each to their own. Yes, I know. This might be a little cliche at this point because I'm British, but the secret ingredient to my amazing pizza sauce. That's right. This is, for those of you who haven't seen this before, this is Marmite. It's really popular in England. It is so good. It's a yeast extract spread. Basically, it's just amazing. It looks a bit weird. It smells so good. You either actually love this or you hate this. Now, my partner actually hates this. But when I put it in food, he always is like, wow, what happened? Because it just gives an extra taste to food. It's really good. It's like adding like bouillon or wine or something to a sauce. It's just super good. So we're adding Marmite. The next thing you want to add is a little bit of oregano, a little bit of pepper. This is pretty much just to taste, so whatever you prefer. If you're a huge fan of oregano on a pizza sauce, then put a little bit more in, and if you are not so much, just put a small amount in. I don't put a huge amount in, to be honest, but you can definitely taste it. I'm now going to turn this down to a medium temperature so it doesn't spit everywhere, and then I'm going to go ahead and add some tomato puree. You need about half a tube of tomato puree in this, but you'll see once you've added the tomato puree, add a little and then add some more as and when you want it, because it will thicken up very quickly. Now I'm just going to add a little, and I mean a little bit, of salt, and I will explain to you why we add such a small amount, and also a touch of balsamic vinegar. If you're doing this pizza for kids or pretty much anyone who has a bit more of a sweet tooth, now is a really great time to add a little bit of ketchup. I am using yeah, I'm sorry, Heinz, I have betrayed you. So the only thing you need to do after this is just wait for your dough to rise, and once it has risen, just take it into two. This will make two pizzas, and yeah, just roll it out. Put your tomato sauce on. I would recommend making sure that you have got your trays ready for the oven. The oven can go on about 200 degrees. Thank you so much for watching this video today. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to subscribe, like it, comment, share, everything. I always get back to every single person that comments on my videos, and I really love hearing from you guys. So please feel free to have a chat with me. And also, if you would like to hear more about why I think I'm so positive and my outlook on life, and sharing with you how tips to be more positive, then stick around, because on Tuesday I will be releasing exactly that video just for you guys. Thanks again guys for watching, and I will see you next video on Tuesday. Bye!